Can you make Solo Dive work in Celestial 2? Mid Celestial. Not quite my overall peak. My overall peak would be C1 inside Eternity lobbies, so high C1, pretty much one game off. The only reason I never got Eternity is because when that happened, the season ended. And that was back when they were doing some resets. But this account, in C2 now, back at the peak of it. Back at the peak of this account. It has been so long. So very long. So very long. But we're finally back. Just got Celestial 2. This account, not this account, I think this is it right here. Yeah. Solo Dive. Gambit Mantis, Rocket, Mantis, Namor, Star-Lord, and Hood. This guy, I mean, you could argue that Star-Lord's like dive hybrid poke dive, but I mean, his poke's really bad. He has regenerative health, so by the dev standards, apparently he's dive, but I would, he didn't help me this match. Regardless of the argument, he didn't dive with me. So I'm going to go over how to do it, because I did win this match, and it was a successful solo dive. Pretty hard. There was a lot of hard moments. We started on attack on Arakko, which is really nice, because I like this map a lot. And if I'm on attack, I usually do want to dive, even though I've been playing a bunch of poke lately, just because that's such hard meta right now. Okay, so I do like going this right side. I always go this right side if I'm going to dive. I'm kind of waiting for a good opportunity. I'm actually waiting to see if one of my DPS or tank put on pressure, right? So I can capitalize off of that. And that's kind of a lot of what solo diving is just capitalizing off of what your team does instead of what another diver does. But I waited for a little too long. It felt kind of awkward. I was a little worried if someone on my team was going to die. Gambit went back a little bit, so I'm like, okay. Engage, didn't get any kills. I thought that last throw would get a kill, but it didn't, so I wanted to fully engage. I disengage. I knew that bucket was chasing, so I wanted to get out of his line of sight as much as possible. Saw he was standing still, tried to go for it. Unfortunately, this team really boxed me, and I got boxed in from left, right, front, back, the wall. Unfortunately, he reacted. I thought he was typing, and I was like, okay, this is great. But, I mean, overall, this isn't like a bad engage because he was pretty alone. They all just, I mean, they reacted really quickly. That's the thing about high rank. This is the top 0.60% of this game. I mean, they reacted so quickly. You know, they're always going to do that. You got to be really quick. So the right side doesn't seem to be working out, so I make sure to always catch myself to not go the same path every time, especially if I keep dying. So I go left side this time. So this is kind of an interesting thing. I actually don't have any kills right now, but I participated in a lot, right? I'm doing a lot of pressure on the back line, and I have a lot of presence right now, and that's really solid value. That Gambit death right there, this is honestly because of me. Him dying is mostly because of me, because I put pressure on so he couldn't walk forward. He had to use abilities. As you saw, he used his team up. And I don't know if he used cards, but he might have. And that allowed my team to come in. So even though I didn't get the kill count, you could absolutely argue that I solidified him dying. I did mess up the throw there. My sensitivity a little high, but it kind of needs to be. This Luna does die. She is alone. I don't think she was clapping anymore, and if she was, her self heal isn't. It's not like it's almost over. So her self heal isn't that good. So I will say for both of these support kills, I had a huge part in playing of their deaths, which is a lot of value. Right now, we almost have first points, so the path I take doesn't really matter, so I'm just trying to get there as quickly as possible. Yeah, we capped. That was... In the moment, I didn't mean to dash forward. I meant to turn. My mind was a little ahead of my hands. Again, you just want to be smart with your disengages. Like right there. Both... Let me explain. Me going after the Psylocke and me doing damage to the Groot, I disengaged very quickly. One, because I instantly noticed that I wasn't going to get the kill or get a lot of value there. So I instead played my life. This is what people mean when they say play your life, is you disengage if there is like, if you are not seeing value or even a little value, you should disengage if you're trying to play your life. Instead, you should only fully commit when you're certain you're going to have really big value. For example, I fully committed with the Gambit and the Luna because I knew I could absolutely get those kills, or at least highly participate in them and be fairly certain they were going to go die. So it's the exact opposite with Psylocke and Groot here, where they were not going to die. So I needed to leave instantly. Instantly. Do not even try. Just go. So right now I'm a little worried about my Fury. So I actually do top it off there. This is so funny. I remember this. My team's dead. They have Gambito, they have Bucky, they have Groot. I know they're dead. So I'm trying to hide as much as possible. I'm debating if I should leave, but they're so close to me. If I leave, they're going to see me. So this Psylocke, mind you, this Psylocke was just looking dead at me, but let's look. She didn't look up. Look, she knows I'm right there, but she thinks I'm right here. But I climbed all the way up into the roof. So she walks forward. Even the hood is like, where'd he go? Yo, I think she just missed me. Oh my gosh. I think somehow the line, I think she did look up. She didn't. She didn't look up enough. That's insane. Okay. I know. That's so crazy, dude. I was laughing. I typed LOL. I literally typed LOL because I was dying, dude. I'm like, there's no way they didn't find me. I think I ult here. You know, I blocked the heals there with my deflect, trying to walk in front of him, tried to hard focus the Gambit, because killing Gambit's easier than killing Luna, because Luna's 275. Gambit doesn't have 50 million escape options, and not as much damage, you know, as Luna. I messed up the combo. I really could have killed that Bucky. I messed up the combo. It was a good engage. Unfortunately, Psy was there, so not everything was perfect, but I messed up the combo. I think he lived on like 5 HP. I mean, I'm trying to find a way to get a good angle, get a good engage going. I want to go with my ult. But I'm also trying to make sure like they don't have full control of high ground. I do ult here. Unfortunately, I hooked the Psylocke, so I use the cross to dash more into the air. Ult. And try to deflect to negate damage and first use abilities. Picked up a few kills. Kind of every kill. Kind of killed everyone. It was a really good ult. One thing I like doing as Daredevil when I ult is deflecting sooner than later, because a lot of people are going to spam abilities at you or initially shoot you. So even though it's really nice to use deflect to get Fury back and maybe deflect like a ult, you know, I find it really useful to ult to deflect sooner than later in Daredevil's ult. I just had insane movement, by the way. By the way, that was pretty crazy. I was in the zone, dude. Hold on, let's go back. The movement was crazy. That Psylocke overextended so much. Really good movement, though. So I have no fear right now, so I'm kind of waiting for something to happen. Because I don't want to engage with my Sonic Pursuit. So I'm kind of waiting. My dash didn't work. We Mantis ult though, so it's fine. I feel obviously safe engaging with a Mantis ult with no Fury, because I just build it up well with 500 HP. At this point, I'm trying to stop them from leaving the spawn, to delay them as much as possible, and just, yeah, making sure we cap so they don't get to leave for free. Pretty textbook. You know, notes for attack are definitely look for very certain angles, and I don't mean certain by specific, I mean certain by things that will absolutely work instead of things that might not work. And it may sound simple, but the thing is, when you have a second dive, it's a lot easier to engage because you can play off of each other. When you're solo diving, you can only play off yourself and maybe big plays that your teammates slash the pressure that they make. So you want to, like I said before, only go in when you have full value and disengage immediately when you even have half value. Because you're alone. I mean, you're going to die. You know, you have no backup. You have nothing. You're just going to die. And you're going to lose value. Because when you die as a DPS, especially a dive DPS, your value literally goes to zero. Nothing. Zero. Absolutely garbage. You should try to die as little as possible. Even more so on solo dive. I don't really know where to start on defense here. I kind of just keep an eye on the back line, try and control this Psy a little bit so she doesn't have free movement. Again, I'm kind of just bouncing around on the edges of their peripheral vision, their team. And if I see someone in the backline like this, do a little pressure. Again, disengage immediately. That Loki was being really dumb. He should have been more up with his team. He wasn't. Which allowed me to Get the pitch. That Groot wall healed Mantis, and dude, this is so funny. I want you to see this. He kills them more. He kills them more, but I rezzed. Got the kill. Punisher's shotgun is so strong, dude. Oh my god. That thing's no joke. I don't typically like doing the dash up into the air when you have a righteous cross and you flick upwards and then flick back down to see them. I don't typically enjoy doing that because it carries the risk of one, losing the target, two, the hit not necessarily registering, and three, it can throw your whole equilibrium off really easily. And it doesn't really fit my playstyle as much. However, when I'm in a 1v1, especially in a situation against Punisher Shotgun, I will do it because it's an evasive maneuver. And if you're going to get one-shotted, you should do as many evasive maneuvers as possible while still doing damage, which coincidentally happens to be doing just that, dashing up into the air. You know, we can actually look and see what it was like for him in that 1v1 there. Also, this guy shouldn't have done that. Key pro tip for facing a melee character, don't get in melee range. Yeah, I know. Sounds obvious, but you'd be surprised. See? It's really good. But it's high risk, high reward. Because this guy completely missed me with that. Probably could have killed me. I ended up killing him. It one more time in real time. It is really good. I just don't fully enjoy it. I just don't fully enjoy doing it because it's too risky. I thought I had my deflect. Sometimes I'm just too in the zone where I don't even keep track of my own abilities and I just go, go, go. Yeah, I thought this Helen knew I was here, but he's shooting at Namor. I don't really want to engage. It's a little risky against Hela with the stun and high damage. It's a little... But she's so alone. Oh, never mind. Yeah, no, that's smart. I was going to engage that, but... I noticed she had backup. I'm kind of looking for her, yeah, right here. That Psylocke is really good. This Psylocke player, pretty good. They know what to do, but the only problem is they keep letting me get into melee range, and they keep being overly aggressive, which kind of go hand in hand. But they keep... That's the main problem with her, is they play too aggressive in the wrong moments. Against the wrong people, actually, I should say. Dude, I was trying so hard. Dude, look at this. I'm trying so hard. I tried so hard to kill that Daredevil, or that Hood. I've never done combinations so fast in my life. That was also, this is not sped up, right? Yeah, no, it's not sped up. That was a very quick ult. Like, I was doing stuff so fast. You love to see it. You love to see it. I want to watch what it was like from the Hood's POV. Okay, wow, that was incredibly unentertaining. One, because he was only walking backwards slowly and shooting in blind, so he couldn't really see anything. I want to see his health bar, though. I want to see his health bar go down, because how fast was I doing those combos? Oh my god, dude. That damage is trash. He got down to like 130. That character really is just point and click, huh? Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't have anything against it. Yeah, right. So right now, this is a little bit of an interesting situation because I'm really far back. I'm alone, and I need to find a right opportunity and a right target without dying, which is really tricky right now. Luckily, Sai was really low, picked up the kill. I'm high-key being chased by this guy, and I don't want to fight him. I do not think I will win that. Unfortunately, they were reloading when I was deflecting. I pre-fire the Devil's Throw because it slows them. I have no Fury, though. Always not a good situation to be in. The reason I did that right there is because I wanted to see if he was low HP. Now I'm trying to find another angle. On defense, you know, it's all about kind of holding angles and like right now, this is what solo dive on defense is all about. It's by making sure the enemy does not have free reign, whether that's the DPS, the heals, or the tanks. Doesn't really matter. It's making sure that you are holding something. Right now, I'm holding high ground and holding an off angle. So these two players, Hela and Psylocke, two characters that are extremely good at off angling, cannot get the off angle. So, you know, right now I'm doing my best to just keep this. And I don't overextend. Again, it's what I keep saying. I don't overextend. If I do not see value there. I see no value. The value has went away. So I leave. I do not chase. I don't have any backup. I'm alone. The value left, so I left. That was really good. I don't know if I messed up the Psylocke kill. I didn't pay any attention to her clone because they don't have an Emma Frost, so there's no chance she's the one that was shot out. It's always the one that just kind of is the exact same position. So it's good I didn't get distracted by that. I don't know. It was unlucky, I guess, maybe. I didn't really... I don't know if there's anything more I could do there to get that kill, but it didn't happen. And I didn't feel like the Hela could die. I get my Fury back on the clones. I messed up the hook. I would have engaged if I hit that hook. Unfortunately, Hela's so far away. This root comes up behind me, so I'm just doing tricks on it. I literally am just stalling. I literally just stalled 3 people for like a minute. For like for so long. Unfortunately, they do end up capping. But I really did hold off like 2 to max 3 people for a hot while. So, and that's value. If your team doesn't make use of that, then I mean, there's nothing you can do. I mean, that Psylocke wasn't in the fight for a long time. And the Hela didn't really have much value. And the Groot, I mean, you know, it's all about distracting. It's all about pressure. We're kind of... I'm deciding if I want to ult here because we're getting low on time. But I don't see a healer. I feel like... yeah, so I see lamps go out. But they ult. Which kind of just makes me want to farm Fury. And survive. I don't even want to hit her. Like, here's the thing. This is something to keep in mind. When obviously you use abilities with Infernal Fury as Daredevil, you use Fury. It's going to be a little hard for me when Psylocke has like probably 500 HP max at the time. Right now, she's not worried about me killing her at all. But she can easily kill me. So all I'm doing right now is evading. And waiting for her health to go back to normal. Because then I can use Fury. Because then I'll do actual damage. And my combos will actually kill. But for now, I don't want to do anything. And I'm also... Okay, here's another important thing. She was on top of the health pack. And because I'm alone, I really have to play my life, right? This is what I'm keeping in mind this entire sequence. Keeping myself alive. She's on top of the health pack. If I do damage to her... Unfortunately, it didn't fully work, or unless it did and she damaged me right after. I think the deflect damaged her. She was able to pick up the health pack. My original plan was not to hurt her. I pick up the health pack, and then we can go from there. But I think she did manage that out, unfortunately, due to my deflect being a deflect. But it doesn't matter, because I'm still alive. I just distracted Psylocke from doing anything of value. And now I can ult, now that it's 10 seconds left. Unfortunately, they do lamp, which I'm not surprised by. Really good heals, kind of saved my butt. Disgusting. Disgusting. Violent and disgusting. What I just did to that Loki right there. Violent and disgusting. Like, I could not have engaged this Loki more perfectly. Let's watch that one more time in real time. The tracking is supreme. Actual supreme sorcerer tracking right there. Holy, that felt so good in the moment. I was like, dude, that Loki just got destroyed. You know what? Let's see it from his POV, because that was it. We'd won. Game over. GG. All right, here we go. Loki. Yeah, bro, he's not even looking at me. Which I understand he's trying to keep his teammate alive. That's completely fine, completely valid. But I did totally own him. All right, anyway, that's it. We won. I did not get MVP. Oh, wait, stats. Here are the final stats. I went 21-6 with 10 final hits, 15k damage. 15k damage blocked too. That's kind of funny. But for a solo dive against a pretty good team, like they had some kind of weak links, but they're not bad. They almost took it 3-3. Look, they almost took it 3-3. This team, it's not a roll. We almost went to over double OT. So yeah, I think I've said my piece. That's about it.